But Cobbett was only voicing the general radical response. His proposed institutions, wrote Selwyn, would be prisons, a community of vassals. Mr. Owen's object appears to me to be to cover the face of the country with workhouses, to rear up a community of slaves, and consequently to render the laboring part of the people absolutely dependent upon the men of property. When Owen attempted to interest the radicals in his proposals at a crowded meeting in the City of London tavern, the radical leaders, one after another, Cartwright, Wooler, Alderman Waithman, opposed him in similar terms. When Gale Jones proposed that the plan at least deserved examination, he was shouted down and accused of apostasy. The debate served only to display the weakness of both sides. On the one hand, Owen simply had a vacant place in his mind where most men have political responses. One part of the new view was dedicated to the Prince Regent, another to Wilberforce. 15 years later, his paper, The Crisis, sailed blandly through the waters of 1831 and 1832, carrying cargoes of reports on cooperative congresses and on trading stores at Slaithwaite, without noticing that the country was in fact in a state of revolutionary crisis. This vacancy had its endearing aspects. When it occurred to Mr. Owen that the royalty was an irrational institution and that bishops were a costly and unnecessary tribute to Gothic ignorance, he had no hesitation in pointing this out to the present incumbents, being sure that they would see that he indeed intended no personal offense and that they would duly liquidate themselves in submission to rational suasion. But this was scarcely endearing to the old radicals of 1817. Their weaknesses, on the other hand, consisted in a lack of any constructive social theory, whose place was taken by a rhetoric in which all ills were attributed to taxation and sinecures, which all could be remedied by reform. Hazlitt's response to the new view was the most complex and shows the bruised Jacobin in him struggling against the weight of Burke. Why does Mr. Owen put the word new in black letter at the head of the advertisement of his plan of reform?